There's a truth about success, achievement, and transformation that is both simple and brutal. Talent is overrated. Intelligence is not enough. Natural gifts will only take you so far. What truly separates those who rise to the top from those who stay stuck in place is something far less glamorous, far less flashy, and far harder to sustain. It's consistency. Not the kind of consistency that's easy, that flows naturally when you're in the mood, when you're inspired, when the world feels aligned with your dreams. I'm talking about the kind of consistency that feels heavy, the kind you have to force yourself into when every cell in your body aches for rest, when your mind whispers 1,000 excuses, when your heart no longer burns with excitement but is weighed down by doubt, fear, or exhaustion. Motivation is fleeting, and that's okay. Motivation is like a sparkler on New Year's Eve. It flares up bright, dancing wildly for a few magical moments, and then it fizzles out. We all know the rush of starting something new, the excitement of a fresh goal, the adrenaline of possibility, the heady intoxication of imagining success. In that moment, it's easy to believe we will always feel that way. But reality shows up fast. The alarm clock rings before dawn. The workout feels harder than expected. The book project becomes tangled and messy. The business idea faces rejection. And suddenly, motivation is gone. If you build your dreams on motivation alone, you're building them on sand. But when you build them on discipline, on the quiet and steady rhythm of showing up again and again, even without the thrill, that is when you begin to lay the foundation for something unshakable. Success belongs to those who commit, not those who feel inspired. Look at the top athletes, artists, creators, and entrepreneurs. Do you really think they bounce out of bed every single day, overflowing with excitement, ready to conquer the world? No. They have hard days, dark days, exhausting days, just like you, just like me. Days when they doubt themselves, when their bodies ache, when their minds want to quit. But they show up anyway. They understand something crucial. I don't have to feel like it to do it. They know that feelings are unreliable, but commitments are not. And so they push past discomfort, past boredom, past discouragement. They remind themselves that mastery, progress, and success are not built on occasional flashes of brilliance, but on deliberate, sustained, often invisible effort. Small, repeated actions create massive, invisible momentum. We live in a culture addicted to instant results. We crave overnight success stories, viral fame, dramatic before and after transformations. But here's the truth nobody wants to hear. The real magic happens in the small, often boring actions you repeat over and over and over again. The runner who crosses the marathon finish line, they didn't wake up one day and run 42 kilometers. They laced up their shoes on cold mornings when no one was watching. They ran through rain, through pain, through doubt. They kept going when progress was slow, when the scale didn't budge, when the stopwatch didn't improve. The author who writes a best-selling novel, they didn't pour out a masterpiece in one caffeine-fueled weekend. They sat down at the desk, day after day, wrestling with words, deleting paragraphs, rewriting chapters, pushing through creative blocks. Small, consistent actions, repeated with patience, compound over time. The world might only see the final result, the medal, the book, the business, the transformed body, and call it luck or genius or talent. But you will know it was consistency. Consistency builds unshakable self-trust. Every time you set a goal and don't follow through, you teach your mind something dangerous. My word doesn't matter. You slowly chip away at your own confidence. You become someone who doubts your own promises, who hesitates to dream bigger, because deep down, you don't believe you'll keep going. But when you start keeping promises to yourself, even small ones, you begin to transform. You build an internal reputation of strength, resilience, and reliability. You become someone who trusts yourself deeply, not because you never fail, but because you know you will always come back. This is the secret to unshakable confidence. Not arrogance, Not perfection, not the absence of fear, but the steady knowledge that you will not abandon yourself when things get hard. The best time to begin is always today. So many of us wait. We wait for the perfect timing, the perfect mood, the perfect plan. We wait for clarity, for certainty, for a guarantee of success. But perfection never comes. What matters is not what you accomplish in a single dramatic burst. What matters is what you start today and sustain tomorrow, even if it's tiny. Write one page. Take one walk. Make one decision. Keep one promise. You're not required to take massive, heroic action every day. You're only required to begin and then to keep going. Because when you look back a year from now, you'll realize the small, quiet, humble efforts you made today were the seeds of something extraordinary. Final reflection. You don't have to wait to feel ready. You don't have to wait for motivation to strike. You don't even have to wait to believe in yourself fully. All you have to do is commit, and keep committing day after day, even when it's hard, even when it's boring, even when nobody claps for you. Because the difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who watch from the sidelines isn't luck, talent, or genius. It's consistency, the stubborn, unshakable, determined choice to keep going. So I leave you with this question. What can you commit to today, no matter how small? Who do you want to become? And what will you do every day to get there? Remember, the choice is yours. The time is now, and you are far more capable than you realize.